everybody. I appreciate that very much. You know, Bridget, when she invited me to do this, she said, it's going to be like a TED Talk. I said, well, every time I do, it's a TED Talk. Unlike Commissioner Schroer, I actually like my picture, and I'm almost reluctant to advance the slide, but I'll do it anyway because we have to get going. My Commissioner, Bill Hagerty, sends his regards and greetings to you. He's out in California talking to companies that are desperate to get out of there. I can't imagine why. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about reasons why and what he's out there selling them on. But our performance really is based on measurements. And at our department, our mission, as directed by Governor Haslam, is to make Tennessee the #1 location in the Southeast for high-quality jobs. We do that through methodologies and strategies on attracting new corporate investments in the state, and then most importantly, because that's where all the growth comes from, working with existing Tennessee companies on their expansions and economic growth. Now, I'm holding this because I've got new content and I want to make sure I get it right for you all. But in my opinion, perhaps the single most important and effective and powerful community development tool is a job. You may argue with me on that, but you're wrong. I'm right. Why? Well, let me show you. Measurements matter. Performance matters, and our department has been performing at incredible levels. I'm going to brag. Nearly 140,000 private sector jobs have been created since January 2011 when the governor came in. 22,000 of those were created in the first 10 months of last year alone. Now, for our rural friends in the audience, you're going to ask, well, how many of those came to us? 7,800 of those jobs landed in rural communities. 520 projects, almost half of which were in rural communities. So that's incredible growth, but what does that translate to? Well, we're #1 in the Southeast for GDP growth, as well as personal income growth rates. So those two correlate directly to what? Community wealth and growth. So, are we getting recognized for that performance? You bet we are. Business Facilities Magazine ranked Tennessee State of the Year last year in 2013. You can applaud, it's okay. So we're #1, and we've held that honor twice. The only other state to do so is Texas. So think about that. But we're also not just focused on jobs, we're focused on the workforce and education as well. So Tennessee had the largest improvement in high school graduation rates from 2006 to 2010, and we're poised to have a 90% graduation rate by 2020. Those are significant hallmarks. Tokes stole that one. I can't talk about that one. But we are #4 in automotive parts suppliers. Now, something he didn't know is that the Boston Consulting Group just ranked the U.S. #2 in global manufacturing. Why is that important for us? Well, you see how we're driving that ranking. And then further, Forbes just ranked Nashville 6th in job growth rate. That's a little closer to home, right? That's amazing in terms of the national landscape. But that's not all. We're #1 for overall infrastructure and global access, distribution and logistics, and we have the busiest cargo airport in the Western Hemisphere. So these are all great things, but why is that happening exactly? Well, I'll tell you why. Because these accolades can only be achieved by having the right environment for businesses to invest. And our governor has taken great care to make sure that he's a good steward of what's come before him. But as a state, we have the lowest taxes, business taxes, and one of only 9 states with no personal income tax. We have had a great partnership with our legislature, and they have enacted reform in workers' comp and torts that also, again, start reinforcing the environment. And Governor Haslam has filled his key cabinet posts with private sector people that understand all the implications of what we do at state government and what that means to business. Also, we have the lowest state debt per capita, the lowest state and local taxes per capita, and Barron's ranked us best run state. So, those are all important factors, but it's not just about the jobs, you see. We understand that a community, a strong community, supports the development and procurement of those jobs. We have traditional programs as part of our portfolio, well recognized and branded, that focus on that community, standing you up, providing you with the tools necessary to position yourselves to compete in that global economy. Select Tennessee, our Certified Sites program, 3-Star, which was mentioned earlier, Main Street, Tennessee Downtowns, and Retire Tennessee, and I'll talk a little bit more about those in a moment. But we also receive federal funding. Commissioner Shore mentioned that and how vital that is to our Department of Transportation. But we also receive federal funds in the form of community development block grants from HUD. And these focus on the E and the C in our acronym. So the economic development is more of your traditional industrial infrastructure, equipment, but we also focus on community livability through our community grants. Those are aimed at improving water and wastewater treatment facilities, rehabilitation of housing, and projects that really focus on a holistic approach to community development. And unfortunately, we have had some severe weather events in the last few years, and ask you to keep those in Lincoln County in your thoughts and prayers where the governor is today. But we have those funds that we can deploy to make sure communities don't fall behind when they've suffered something like that. We have great partners with regional authorities, Delta Regional Authority, which focuses on a 21-county area in the west, and Appalachian Regional Commission, which has a 52-county footprint in the east. All of these funds come to us, and we look at projects and we fund them. You're familiar with these. These monies are coming into your communities. But we also look at strategic community investments and how we make those happen. Well, I asked my team just recently to go through an exercise to quantify exactly how much we have provided to communities in the last 3 years. That had not been aggregated before. And if you see the number there, $264 million in funded projects, 775 of those projects statewide. That's incredible investment, but that shows that we're a partnership not only on business development, but also within your communities. So that economic development continuum really is a game changer for you guys. And I want to mention the Tennessee Downtowns. We have 26 of those that are positioned with actionable methodologies that help focus on economic vitality and sustaining that viability throughout. We have Select Tennessee, which has unlocked the potential and the utility of 26 sites, 68 developable lots now on over 3,000 acres of beautiful green Tennessee countryside. That's already proving return on investment for our department. We've had 4 projects land at those sites, resulting in 3,200 new jobs to the state. So the direct and indirect radial effect of those projects locating is absolutely critical to the communities that are there to support them. 3-Star is galvanizing 85 counties and their municipalities to work together. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but 3-Star is the only state program that focuses on the governor's 5 pillars. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But and while I'm bragging, if I may, if you'll permit, because of 16 active Retire Tennessee communities, Tennessee was ranked as the best damn state to retire in this country. Were you aware of that? More applause, all right. So what this shows is that we are titrating funds to everything from the water and sewer projects that provide added capacity and clean water to households and industry, but also to youth entrepreneurial programs, workforce training systems, just to name a few. So I wanted to just give you an idea that we're not just about the projects that get the ink on the Tennessean or other newspapers across the state, but we're really focused on community. We have a forward-leaning posture toward that. One of our major hallmark programs is Main Street. You've heard earlier how vital downtowns and main streets are to economic development within your communities. Well, look at some of these numbers if you can see them. These reflect 2013. So we've got 24 Main Street designated communities across the state. They produce 647 jobs, 182 net new businesses formed, and $59 million in public and private investments were attracted to this program. I think the statistic most important to me is that that yielded 88,000 volunteer hours to make sure that happened. What did that do? Well, that helped with the rehabilitation of housing projects and building rehabilitations, spending a little bit of money on those downtowns and those structures so that they can be a part of the commerce of that area. Well, we're not done. Because main streets have become drivers of significant commerce, the department continues to look for added positioning and has funded 10 community development block grant facade improvement grants at $250,000. So we're there in step, arm in arm with you, to reflect your passion and commitment to those main streets and downtowns with additional funding that are going to spruce up those buildings. But you can't get to number one, and we've been number one in a lot of categories, as you saw, but you can't get there without being innovative. You certainly can't stay there. It's harder to stay there. So we understand that. We're going to continue to be innovative with all of our solutions. So we've created the IDEA Initiative, Ignite Downtown Economic Action. Stay tuned for more of that. But really what we're focused on is economic restructuring, taking a proven successful model with Main Street, providing additional funding to look at the design and the organization, the promotion of those main streets, what they mean to those communities. Getting expert opinions from consultants across the country. I'm not sure we can afford Joe. He's got fancy graphs, but we can certainly try. But really what this will do is focusing on clustering. The state focuses on clusters for economic commerce. Why can't main streets and downtowns as well? That is all I have right now, but I really appreciate your commitment to us. We can't do any of this without our stakeholder partners. Many of you are in the room today. We appreciate your leadership at the local level. We provide the seed financing. We look at this as being consultative to you. You come up with the bright, beautiful ideas that we look forward to funding now, today, and in the future. Thank you.